Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from LA. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. Good morning. Good morning.
How are you, Jenny?
Good. You?
Yeah, I didn't look there here, Skip. Got tired of you talking about how you knew me. You know everybody knew I don't wear no tie. So I came with a tie today.
Looks nice.
You came with the tie?
Yes.
Playing for a tie, playing not to lose.
No, I don't do that. I don't do that. It just
I think we're about to talk about the GOAT, but I'm uncomfortable talking about myself, so I'm going to lay out of this conversation.
Wow.
Okay, lay out. Oh, we want to talk about a young GOAT.
Huh. That is how we're going to get this started. I like the confidence. We have a lot to get to today. Should Dak Prescott take an America's Team discount? Is that kind of
Don't do it.
exist?
Yes.
No.
Does that really exist?
Yes, Dak.
I don't know. Will Baker Mayfield be able to figure out the Rams' defense? But first, we have the quarterback matchup of the weekend. Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes face off on Sunday and are the only two quarterbacks this season with 7 touchdowns and no interceptions. When asked where Mahomes compares to the current GOAT, Tom Brady, Lamar said Mahomes is well on his way to getting there in just his 3rd season. Some high praise. So, Shannon, do you agree that Mahomes is on his way to GOAT status?
I do, Skip. He started a great foundation. He's the youngest MVP since Dan Marino won the award at the age of 23. He has a great young team around him: Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, Mecole Hardman, Travis Kelce, great offensive line. And Andy Reid, who is one of the best play callers in all of football, who's going to put him in situations so he can have success. So the numbers, he will always be in the discussion, Skip, for the MVP. Now, there are certain ways, I mean, in order for you to be considered the GOAT, you need titles and you need MVPs. It's kind of hard to be an MVP in the GOAT discussion with no MVPs and no titles, although Barry Bonds has no titles, but he has 7 MVPs, and some consider him the greatest baseball player to ever live. But I think the thing is, Skip, for my homeboy, is that the foundation is there because he accomplished this so early in his career. You look at Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson had the titles before he had the MVPs. Michael Jordan had the MVP before he had the titles. And you see Tom Brady. Tom Brady got the titles first also. 3 titles. And then all of a sudden, didn't win his first MVP until I think 2 or 3 years after he had won his last Super Bowl title. So he had a great foundation. Okay, I got the titles. Now let me work on some individual awards. Now, my homeboy can put together, a title here in the next year or two, because I believe he's going to, probably going to repeat this thing. Yeah, another 50 tubs, 5,000 yards.
Really?
Yeah, make the play.
That's your prediction?
Yeah, I'm predicting that right now. There are very few players that's currently playing have what we call a GOAT ceiling. You like that? Yeah, come on, you like that, Skip? A GOAT ceiling.
Did I say I like that?
You like that, Skip? Go ahead and say it. You go ahead and say it. A GOAT ceiling, which means that they have the ability that if they play their absolute best and continue along the path that they're on, he has that potential. Aaron Donald is another guy that I would put in that boat. Skip, here's what's so amazing about this, and you're like, oh my goodness. Coming into the season, Dan Marino and Kurt Warner took 40 games for them to get to 300 yards passing in a game and 4 touchdowns. Took them 40 games. My homeboy did the exact same thing in 19 games. Now, they had 5 games in the first 40, Jen, with 300 passing yards and 4 tubs. My homeboy got 6 in 19, did it in half the time. So guess what, Skip Bayless? He got a whole, even if he played the rest of this year out, he's still going to have to go into next year 5 games deep before, ain't no telling, might have, 15, Skip? Might have 15, might even have 20. So he has the trajectory to be GOAT or one other GOAT.
One of these mornings, God is going to say, Shannon, that's enough. And he's going to go Old Testament on our debate desk, and he's just going to strike it with lightning. Lightning bolt's going to hit right here. Just to say, Shannon, that's enough.
Yeah, I'll be feeling energized.
I'm going to be
This is such blasphemy. It is such sacrilege.
Why?
What just came out of your Hall of Fame mouth about how this guy's got a trajectory to GOAT.
Yeah, GOAT ceiling.
A GOAT ceiling. I'm going to remember that. Okay, let me start with the fact that Lamar Jackson did say this on the week that he must go to Kansas City for the 2nd time in his career and face Patrick Mahomes in his home.
Right.
I have no problem with Lamar saying this because it's actually shrewd operation to say that this week because you do heap even more unrealistic expectations upon the shoulder pads of young Patrick Mahomes that he doesn't yet deserve. But that's a cool thing for Lamar to say.
He don't deserve it
No, he
after
does
50
not.
touchdowns and 5,000 yards?
Yeah, now I'm to my butt, and it is a Mount Rushmore tall butt. I can't believe that you, of all people, would already buy into this concept that Patrick Mahomes is on his way to becoming the GOAT. That's what you just said, on his way.
He has GOAT status capabilities.
GOAT status capabilities because, A, that is so outrageously, prematurely unfair to poor Patrick Mahomes. And I'm going to call him poor Patrick Mahomes today. And number two, it is so all-time outrageously, offensively unfair to Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., the GOAT, the unquestioned GOAT, who has built a mountain that's taller than the Mount Rushmore mountain in the Black Hills of South Dakota, that there is no way. I can just go on record right now. Patrick Mahomes will never be able to eclipse or transcend.
They said that about Joe.
Oh, did they?
They said nobody's going to be able to clip what Joe Montana did. And lo and behold, Jenny.
So are you predicting this? I think you just did. You said that Patrick Mahomes is going to go to, let's just say, 10 Super Bowls and win 7 of them. Is that what you're predicting?
That's not what I'm saying, Skip. So you and some consider Michael Jordan to be the GOAT of the NBA.
Yep.
He doesn't have the most regular season MVPs. He doesn't have the most titles. So let's just say for the sake...
He just went 6 for 6 with 6 MVPs.
But did Tom Brady go 6 for 6? So let's just say for the sake of argument.
Got to 9.
Okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, Pat Mahomes goes 4-0 in Super Bowls with 4 MVPs and 4 regular season MVPs. Can he not be in the discussion? Unbeaten, untied, and the MVP in all of them?
You know, maybe he's got a shot at being the empty calorie GOAT. The stat GOAT. Maybe he's got a shot at being the Madden GOAT. I may give you that. Can we even go so far as to say he could be next in 3 years from now when Tom Brady finally calls it a day?
His time up now.
Okay. Oh, is it?
Yeah, he on the
Shannon
clock.
Sharp, do we get that on tape?
He on the clock.
Oh, he's on the clock.
On the clock.
He said till 45.
I don't care what they got to do.
42.
That ain't got nothing to do with my
who's
homeboy.
favored to win this year's Super Bowl? Help me out. Is it Kansas City? No, it's New England.
No.
It's quarterbacked by, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
So I'm just going to make sure I'm hearing you correctly.
Oh, no, I'm going to make sure I'm hearing you correctly.
Okay, so you're saying unless he gets to 10 Super Bowls, unless he wins 7, that's the only way. But I thought if he goes unbeaten and untied.
Okay, let me talk because I let you talk for like 8 minutes to start the show. and they were empty calorie minutes. Oh. Yeah. There was no substance there.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let's just start with the fact that these two have faced each other twice already, and they were both times last year. And in their first ever meeting, it happened to be in Foxborough on a Sunday night, Tom Brady, in the fourth quarter alone, threw for 182 yards. Think about that. Just in the fourth quarter, he went 182 up against Patrick. Patrick obviously can't play defense, and you can argue Patrick's defense wasn't quite as good as Brady's defense.
It was
a little shaky at that point in the season.
They've been shaky all year, but
Okay, all right. And yet, Tom Brady not only threw for 182, but he ran 4 yards for a crucial touchdown in that game that turned the game back around in New England's favor, and they finally prevailed 43-40. And then I don't have to remind you what happened when they faced off in Patrick Mahomes' home in the AFC Championship game in overtime. Tom Brady faced 3 straight 3rd and 10s in overtime and converted all 3. That is preposterously great. Okay, I'm not even starting yet. Do I get to keep going here?
Go ahead.
Can we just put this in the bigger perspective? Okay. Because here's what we're talking about eclipsing. 9 Super Bowls with 6, he's won 6 times with 4 MVPs that easily could have been 6 MVPs. I thought he should have won the one against the Eagles, and he could have won the one last year against the Rams. But more important, in those 6 victories, Tom Brady has 6 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter overtime. Think about that. So you've won 6 Super Bowls with 6 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter overtime. That's the mountain at which Patrick Mahomes is looking up to right now. How can he eclipse that? The truth is, how could anybody do that? Because Brady, against the Legion of Boom in the fourth quarter, threw for 124 and 2 touchdowns and brought them back from 24 to 14 down against Seattle in that Super Bowl. And I know what happened at the end of the game, but he did that, right? And against Atlanta, he throws for 246 in the fourth quarter in overtime, and obviously they were completely down, and it appeared to be out in that game, and he brought them back. And in one of his losses, he threw for a playoff record 505 yards. Is that not Patrick Mahomes-esque?
Hold on. But my argument...
How can you eclipse that? How can you even start? That it's such magnitude that it's preposterous we're even having this conversation right now.
But you say Brady is the GOAT when Joe Montana is unbeaten and untied, has yet to throw an interception in the Super Bowl.
It's on career achievement. It's on vastness.
Skip, that's what
it's not. I will not be at all surprised if he wins another one.
But I'm saying, okay, Skip, the guy's only in his 3rd year. I'm saying trajectory. So he has a great foundation. He's already a league MVP, 50 touchdowns, 5,000 yards in a season. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, he has a 15 to 20-year career, and somehow he can win another 2 to 3 MVPs, and he gets 2 wins, 4 Super Bowls with 4 MVPs. He cannot be in the discussion, though he's unbeaten and untied in Super Bowls, because he lost twice to Tom Brady? What kind of argument is that? So Tom Brady should not be in, because you just said Eli doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame, and he can't see Eli in the playoffs.
9 Super Bowls with 6 rings.
No.
6 game-winning drives.